In a distant village named Iroko, where humans and mystical beings lived side by side, there was a young woman named Nkem. Nkem was renowned for her stunning beauty and her calm, gentle nature, which made her beloved by everyone who knew her. Many young men sought her affection, but Nkem, always kind, would smile and gently say she wasn't ready for marriage. Every day, Nkem visited the village market, where she sold the freshest fruits and vegetables. Her produce was highly prized, and villagers eagerly bought from her, but no one knew where she lived. She would arrive early in the morning and leave before dusk, keeping her home a mystery. The villagers often whispered, wondering where Nkem went each evening. But she remained private, content to be helpful yet reserved. One day, a traveler named Ease arrived in Iroko, searching for provisions. When he saw Nkem at her stall, he was captivated by her grace and beauty. Introducing himself, Ease began to visit her daily, finding joy in their growing friendship. Nkem, though fond of Ease, kept her true nature hidden, wary of the secret she harbored. As their bond deepened, Ease eventually proposed marriage, hoping to build a life with Nkem. Although hesitant, Nkem agreed to meet his family, daring to hope for happiness. However, when they reached Easy's village, his mother, sensing something unusual about Nkem, refused to bless the union. Heartbroken, Nkem returned to Iroko, her spirit weighed down by the rejection. But Nkem was not just an ordinary village girl. She was from a mystical family that lived deep within the enchanted forest of Udu. Her family, protectors of ancient secrets, could shift their forms at will, though Nkem alone could appear human all the time. Her parents, fearing the dangers of the human world, had warned her never to fall in love with a human. They even placed a curse upon her, ensuring that she would never find true happiness with one. Despite her sorrow, Nkem chose to stay in Iroko. She longed to live freely, without the constraints of her family's warnings. She visited the shrine of Abonnez-vous, a powerful spirit known for helping those seeking new paths in life. Kneeling before Abonnez-vou's altar, Nkem pleaded to be released from her family's influence, wishing to live a life of her own choosing. Abonnez-vous appeared in a soft, glowing light and listened to Nkem's plea. The spirit agreed to sever the ties that bound her to her family, but warned that her family might retaliate. Undeterred, Nkem accepted the risk, determined to live her life on her own terms. However, her family, upon realizing they had lost their connection to her, laid a curse on her out of anger and sorrow. May you never find happiness with a human. May they always leave you in despair. Nkem returned to Iroko, where she continued her life, selling her goods in the market and keeping her past a secret. She hoped that one day she might find love despite the curse, holding on to her kind and gentle nature even as her heart ached. One day, a merchant named Obi visited Iroko. He traveled between villages, selling beautiful cloth and garments. When he met Nkem, he was enchanted by her beauty and grace. Determined to win her heart, Obi visited her stall often, and they soon became friends. After some time, Obi confessed his love and asked Nkem to marry him. Though wary of her past, Nkem agreed to meet his family. However, Obi's mother, hearing rumors of Nkem's mysterious past, refused to accept her. She believed Nkem was cursed and not suitable for their family. Heartbroken, Obi told Nkem he couldn't marry her, leaving her devastated once again. Desperate for a solution, Nkem returned to Abonnez-vou's shrine, begging the spirit to lift the curse that haunted her. Abonnez-vous appeared and offered to lift the curse on one condition: Nkem must never allow anger to take over her heart, for if she did, the curse would return even stronger. Nkem promised to remain calm and pure of heart, and Abonnez-vous lifted the curse, giving Nkem a new sense of freedom. Nkem returned to Iroko with renewed hope, continuing her daily life with kindness and grace. She remained vigilant, keeping her emotions in check, hoping that one day she would find someone who could see past her past and love her for who she truly was. Eventually, Nkem met a man named DiAdine IA by the village stream. He was kind and gentle, and as they spent time together, they grew close. DiAdine IA proposed to Nkem, and she, filled with hope for a brighter future, accepted. On the day of their wedding, the village of Iroko was alive with celebration. The ceremony was beautiful, filled with joy and love. However, as night fell, something strange happened. Nkem felt a cold shiver, and to her horror, she began to transform. Her legs fused together, and her skin became scaly. She turned into a giant python. Ifeanyi, terrified, fled from the house, shouting for help. The villagers gathered in fear, witnessing Nkem in her serpent form. The elders, not knowing what to do, called for the oracle, a wise figure who had guided the village for generations. The oracle arrived and listened as Nkem, in her python form, confessed her story. The villagers, who had always admired Nkem, now saw her in a new light, filled with sympathy for her plight. The oracle, turning to Ifeanyi, asked him to reveal his true intentions. Ifeanyi, filled with shame, confessed that he had initially sought Nkem for selfish reasons, hoping to gain wealth and power through her. The oracle, in a solemn judgment, decreed that Ifeanyi must stay with Nkem as her husband, learning to live with the consequences of his actions. The villagers, though shocked by the oracle's decision, accepted it as just. Nkem and Ifeanyi left Iroko together, their future uncertain but bound by the oracle's decree. They journeyed into the forest where Nkem's family lived, seeking a new path in life. Nkem's family, seeing the sincerity in Ifeanyi's remorse, accepted him into their world. Together, Nkem and Ifeanyi began a new life, finding a different kind of happiness in the magical forest. They learned that love and acceptance could come in many forms, and they embraced the life they had, finding contentment in their new home.